Romans 8 verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. As previously mentioned, why do we deserve these blessings? It is because we are willing to do things that may not yield positive results. Those actions are done for the sake of others so that we may sow seeds, even if they only bring us losses from beginning to end. But it is only through this, that we can offer what God is searching for. It should be known that the first and fourth motives did not provide what God was seeking. What we pursue are results, achievements, benefits, glory, wealth, and riches, but what God is seeking is character. In conclusion, what I have done before is called sowing. The character I have exhibited is precisely what God is seeking. For example, in the hydrogen peroxide incident, I achieved the character that God expected. Indeed, what we pursue is entirely different from what God expects. Sometimes, in the same event, we may not attain what we seek, but God can still attain what He expects. Over the years, I have gradually come to understand this, and how God views whether a person deserves blessings. That is, from the events, God obtains what He expects, while we may feel like we've lost many things, such as freedom, reputation, wealth, time, and effort. However, in God's eyes, these are the actual seeds, because they come from the heart, from character, and the lifelong effect comes from the heart, so, God grants us the results of the first motive. The problem lies in the fact that, from the first motive to the fourth motive, we receive the desired outcome, but these are not what God desires the most, they are merely the rewards He gives us. When we understand God in this way, our life journey becomes beneficial and without harm. In reality, we witness with our own eyes. That is the event God obtains what He expects, but many people become disappointed with me and with God as a result. It is evident that their character and life direction. It completely goes against God's will. Indeed, everyone hopes to achieve the desired outcomes, such as the first to fourth motives. However, they need to consider whether they deserve those outcomes. Therefore, our results today are due to the seeds we have sown in the past, fulfilling what God expects. As a result, God satisfies our desires. It should be understood that this order cannot be reversed, otherwise, the character cannot be born from it. The reason is that if we obtain wealth too early, the cost we pay is different from the widow's 2 small coins but rather to the 2 small coins of the wealthy. How can character be developed in such a scenario? How can it be considered as giving and sacrificing? Thus, the order of these two cannot be reversed. Now, as we approach the end of our lives, just by understanding the significance of restarting with the fourth motive, we can realize what God has gained from our inner character is enough. The gold, silver, and dowry that can be brought have no value because this temple is complete. Therefore, now you understand why the temple must be built before the gold and silver can be brought in. Suppose gold and silver were brought in too early. In that case, the temple cannot be completed because character cannot be established. People would lose that sense of integrity and character and gradually decline. However, during these decades, we have continually fulfilled what God desires, from the beginning of my faith to driving across Canada twice, establishing the Zion Church after returning to Hong Kong, and later, sharing the oxygen therapy information. In all these matters, whether it was the inspiration God gave me or my good intentions, I only knew the beginning but did not know the outcome. However, in the process, regarding my life, reputation, status, possessions, and the impact on the people around me, it was like a torment in this world. But, our inner character was instead elevated. In this process, our inner self remains optimistic, and we also refrain from using coarse language. Instead, we become more assertive and courageous, and all negative thoughts are eliminated. As I mentioned, some people even resort to foul language when accidentally creating a hole while ironing clothes. It's a world of difference compared to me. These individuals can't even handle minor incidents in daily life, such as breaking a cup without slamming tables, using profanity, or getting angry. In contrast, my inner self continues to leap forward and elevate in such circumstances. God receives what He desires and grants us what we expect. I have always had doubts about why, even though we seem to be doing better than others, the revival in our church is not on the same level as Casey Treat or Jack Hayford. But now, we understand the reasons behind it. Even those pastors believe God's expectations are about numbers, lively gatherings, and people worshiping Him. But in reality, God does not the pursuit of numbers, it is the inner being of individuals. Indeed, we are fulfilling God's expectations to the fullest. However, in this process, while we are going through refinement, the people around us are making calculations and not benefiting from it themselves. When we refine and develop characters like refined gold and precious gems, they remain stuck in difficult situations, experiencing sweetness first and then bitterness. On the contrary, we experience bitterness first and then sweetness. Romans 8 verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Surrender my personality, cease to protect this heart of stone. All of the things I claim to be, it all shall disappear tomorrow. Surrender this broken, filthy me, all that I call my own. Growing stronger day by day, Lord, I'm coming home. Nothing more can I ask of you. Grateful, still you provided more. Never felt such a joy before. Know that I'm not worthy, oh Lord. I must give it all back to you. Offer all I consider gold, shaping them into priceless stones. Give you all my spirit and soul. Surrender my personality, cease to protect this heart of stone. All of the things I claim to be, it all shall disappear tomorrow. Surrender this broken, filthy me, all that I call my own. Growing stronger day by day, Lord, I'm coming home.